Takes me back in time to laughter and long nights we left behind. We were young, wild under open skies, chasing horizons with open eyes. Yeah, I walk along where we once ran, through streets
Hello, cool people. I will be beginning now. I might be a bit late, 5 minutes, but I hope that's okay. I'm also gonna need a way to address you guys. I've been saying welcome, cool people, for a long time now, and it's beginning to get a little stale. So if anyone has any suggestions, do let me know in the chat. And then we shall get started. Again, let me know if the music and my mic volume is good, because last time we changed some settings and I'm not sure if everything's still the same. For today, however, we will be working on our first ever minigame for the game. Currently, you just walk around and, well, find sticks, but you do actually have to do something. It's not just going to be walking around and collecting sticks. That would get boring after a while. So we've been thinking about adding a lot of minigames that you can just, well, play in your world with your friends or the people that are in the lobby, basically. Hey, hello. Welcome to the stream. I am going to butcher names, so I will apologize in advance, but welcome. So the first minigame that we're going to be working on today is King of the Hill. We thought it would be a good starting point to actually see how everything is going to connect and how we're going to set everything up. And King of the Hill is relatively easy. But we have a whole list of things that we actually do want to make. If someone's interested in that, I can actually put it up on stream. Thank you for following Purple Ghost Dragon. I can actually pull it up on stream if you guys want to see that. But for now, we're in our beautiful game world. I will talk a bit about what I'm actually doing, so that you guys kind of understand what's happening. But if you have any questions, just let me know. And then we shall get started. I hope that Discord's doing... Yeah, okay. People have stopped fighting. So if we want to make King of the Hill, first we actually need a hill. We've already got a lot of those, but we can just pick one out, which I am gonna make relatively close to the actual spawn point where the players now spawn, so I don't have to walk across the map every time. So how we want this to work is we're gonna take all the players in the lobby. We're gonna start some sort of event, basically, and everyone will get to participate. So it's not just gonna be certain people that will get invited, or you have to accept the minigame or something. If you're in the lobby, you're gonna automatically be joining that minigame. If you participate, that's up to you, but you will be counted as a player. So first we have to create some sort of area where a player has to actually stand in to capture progress. So first of all, what I like to do is make my files. So basically make a script where the code's all gonna go in, and then write out the basic steps that I need to actually get this feature working. So we're gonna create some things now. And this is just because I want to work neatly so I can find this later. But mini games, and we need something that's basically gonna manage this mini game. So it'll be King of the Hill manager, and what's then gonna happen is everything's going to reload. Always does that. Do you already know how big the lobbies will be? Great question, Yuki. We haven't actually stress tested yet. So, hello, Crystal Cat. So what we do eventually want to do, which we also said on our Patreon, is we're gonna invite a bunch of Patreons and some people from the Discord probably. We don't want to only take Patreons. We do want to include some active people that are actually active in the Discord, and well, it's not like a reward, but we do want to like reach out to the community as well. And what we're then gonna do is we're gonna invite as many people as we can in one lobby until it crashes, or until it just becomes unplayable. Thank you for the follow, Borex, and hello, Lueo. I am going to butcher your name. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that'll be stress testing, and with that also comes a bit of play testing. So with that, we're just gonna take the features that we have now, and then we're gonna see where's the bugs, what do we need to fix, is there something that needs to change, and after that we'll make a public version of that, and that'll actually be the first demo which you guys will be able to play on Steam. That's still some time away though. We're working very hard to actually get to a deadline. Gonna crash. Game's gonna crash so bad it fries your PC. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But no, we have a lot of tools which we can monitor with. So before it actually dies, we can already kind of see it coming, basically. Also, hello over on YouTube. I'm sorry you're not gonna pop up on the chat on stream because Twitch doesn't exactly allow or like that. So I'm sorry, but welcome to the chat. So first of all, what we need to do is create a certain zone where people have to stand in. So we're just gonna make King of the Hill, and it'll be an empty object because currently we don't have any visuals planned. Like maybe we want to make it a flag eventually, or something to indicate the area, like a border on the ground or something. But for just simple testing, we can just make it a invisible object, basically. And Unity has a lot of tools which we can use to track where people are. Or now I can touch virtual grass when this game comes out. Yeah, if I actually place it down, because like you can see over here, we made this, but I haven't actually placed down the grass. This area is good over here, but map making's hard. It takes a lot of time, so that's something. So we have an empty object, and on that we can add a collider. In the game it will just show as a box, but when you actually try to walk through this, you're not gonna be able to. So it's gonna stop you right here. I can probably show that. You could do like a glowing circle on the ground for the border. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what we have intended as well. Ignore basically the UI you're all gonna see because this is my demo scene. But basically, you can't walk here now. There's an invisible box. Because, well, we've set up a collider basically. Let's see, the invisible border on the ground. Yeah, so that's what I had in mind as well. Make some invisible line on the ground that's just gonna glow. And then, well, is there a jump function yet? We haven't actually shown that anywhere yet, but it does, you can jump, yes. It's just that we haven't exactly made that animation yet. So, yes, you can jump. No, there's no animation yet. So that's kind of sad, but I go to the Twitch, you don't need to see two chats. Oh, don't worry, the chat, you don't see it, but off screen, everything combines into one chat. So either if you're in YouTube or Twitch, I'll see your message. Thank you for the follow, JerVT. Hi, Cook or Puff. Came from YouTube. First the tail, now Raccoon jumping. Yeah, so, okay, I can show you guys the jump. It's not gonna be pretty because it doesn't have an animation yet. But yeah, you can jump. Like I said, it's not pretty. I think it should throw his hands up a little. Just do a very small cheer or something like that. But that's... we'll see what we're gonna cook up with eventually. But yeah, animations are... they take some time. so that's why I haven't shown the jump yet, but there will be a jump. Also because it's fun in combat if you can just jump around. Like you can actually jump like over this fence here, if I do it correctly. Like, so a bit of parkour will be... The game gonna have configs for low level PCs. Yeah, so that is something we do want to work on. So basically, how that works is, I'm gonna do a lot of explaining. Every tree you see here has more than one detail level. So this is what you're seeing now is the most detailed version basically, but as you walk further away, you're gonna see less details in trees. Eventually it's just gonna become an image instead of an actual 3D object. So for lower end PCs, you'll be able to turn down that quality. I have just 8 GB of RAM. So for now, that like I'm not actually sure what the specs are gonna be. Like so far, I've tested it on a laptop. I think it's a 16 GB laptop with an old 1660. I think it does have a graphics card, 1660 GTX, I think, and that ran pretty okay. It wasn't spectacular, but it did do its job. I added LUTs, yes, so they're already there. I just haven't set the right distance yet. So currently everything's just full scale, but the objects are there, yes. Take your time with the animation. Yeah, the raccoon also has some animations that are still unfinished. That's why it hasn't shown up in a lot of videos. But we're also working towards a deadline for ourselves. And that first demo is okay if it doesn't have perfect animations, because that's something we'll improve on later. So that's okay for us for now. But we'll be adding those, yeah. Okay, so we have an object here. It basically has a box. And you can't walk through it. And we can make that box bigger or smaller or whatever we want. But what we can also say to Unity is, hey, this box should not be a collider. So you should not be able to collide with it, basically. You can walk through it. And that's a simple checkbox here. And if you check that, you'll be able to walk through it and you'll gain access to a few functions. So if we actually put the script on there, we can access the collider that we just made. So we can start with a header that says collider settings, because that's clean. Please, if you can make the medium or low the normal, please. Some games doesn't make sure all the strongest. Some specs, thanks. Yeah, you'll be able to switch between those, just like in any other game. We'll probably make a medium setting, that's normal. And then have people manually configure it for higher graphics. Besides that, it's like you can control the amount of sticks that can spawn at one point. So the most intensive part of the game is, of course, the trees and the grass and the environment. But another heavy part is that your game constantly has to make sticks. And every player can basically control for themselves how many the game can generate at one point in time. So stronger PCs might say, hey, we can do like 20 at once. And a very low-end PC might say, hey, we'll do 3 or even 1 if you want. But then it is going to be slower for you to catch up to what other players see. Wind collision. No, so the grass is a shader, and it all uses this same global settings, basically. The trees use the same thing as well, so it is wind. It's not an animation, it is wind. Will this be available for all OS, Windows, Mac, Linux, etc.? So Windows, yes, definitely. Linux, I'll have to do some testing, but porting to that isn't very hard. And Mac, I'd have to buy a Mac. I don't have a Mac at the moment, so if I wanna like make it possible to play on Mac, I need to do testing on Mac, like see if everything works properly. And I can't do that without buying a Mac or using someone else's Mac. So I do want Mac support, but that's something we'll have to look at in the future. Anyway, I was doing this. So what we can do here is give it a box collider. And that's the collider we just made. And we'll call it Hill Collider. And because we set it to a trigger and not that it's a physical box, we can use a few functions that Unity gives us, like this one. On trigger enter basically means if someone enters the box. And then you have the other one, which is on trigger exit, which basically means if someone exits the box. So what we can do to show that this works, we can exit the hill area. We can log things to a console. So these are messages that I can see. They're in a separate window right here. They might be a little small for you guys, but they'll show up. My dog comes say pet me. Well, then you have to pet the dog. That's just, yeah, go pet the dog. But now when you walk into the box, you can basically see, hey, player entered the hill area. And when you walk out of it, it says player exited the hill area. So we can already see when someone entered or exited just by a few lines of code because Unity already offers that to us. But what we actually have to do is track who is entering and exiting that hill area. So to do that, we should keep some sort of record of who has walked in and who has walked out. Hi Dev, hi Hola, welcome. I love to see this game's evolution. I hope Sword and Bow become real swords and bows and the ones that can be real. So I haven't made an update video on that, but that'll be live on Thursday, I think. Because we've made some improvements on that part. We're getting close to, let's just say we have a proof of concept. We have tested our method and it seems to be working. It's not like 100% yet. It gets it right like 80% of the time about now, but that'll improve later on when we feed it more data, which we will eventually. I am lurking, won't read text a lot probably. That's fine, Cook. Thank you for being here. So what we have to do is we have to keep some sort of list, or yeah, basically a record of who has entered and also exited the hill area. And the easiest way is to just keep track of someone's username. But my testing scene, this one doesn't use Steam yet, so I'm just gonna give the player a name. And then we'll integrate Steam on a later point. So right now I'm just gonna say string name is test player. That way we actually have someone's name. I'm not green. Are you sure about that? And then what we can do is we can keep a... Oh, no. Keep a list of who has entered and exited that area. And we can do that by basically, yeah, creating a list of strings, which are just player mains. Dev, what are you doing? You're making campfire that heals. No. Campfires are... I wouldn't call it in the works, but they're planned because we want to add something to the environment. But I'm currently making King of the Hill, our first actual minigame. Small broken wall parts around the glowing circle. Oh, that's good. So you can like hide behind those or defend yourself with that. Hang on, I'm gonna write that down actually. That's actually very fun. I need to open my notes. Small broken wall parts. So players hide, etc. That's a very good one. Okay, so what we can do here is say players dot add name. If I'm doing this correctly, which I'm not. Private list string players new list strings. What am I doing wrong? Well, there's no navy blue unless I need more money. Does C# automatically clean the list after X entries, or do you run into the problem that the list will expand infinitely at some point, making a giant overflow? Yeah, so C# does handle a little bit of memory cleanup, but it doesn't, like, you have to also do it yourself. It's not gonna give you actually, like, say we're gonna clean this up for you. So you do have to do memory allocation yourself, and that is something, yeah, it's a pain, to be honest, because you're making a lot of variables while making a game. Like, everything has to be stored somewhere, but the Unity doesn't handle that automatically. It's not gonna say, hey, we don't need this anymore, so we're gonna get rid of it for you. And we're missing a using statement. That's why it's not system.collections.generic. That's not, yeah, okay. So it's gonna add the name, and then later on, if it exits, we can just remove the name from the list. C#, just want to remind you of it. Yeah, no, so if you have a look at let's make this player name actually, so we don't have that. Let's see where I've got that. So let's say for Steam, all the functions you use for Steam, you have to basically say on client disconnect callbacks, on game exit callbacks, like everything that you have to remove, you have to also literally remove. You can't just say, hey, this variable exists, but we're just going to keep it in memory and we're not going to do anything with it anymore. So that's, yeah, it's something to keep in mind and something I do forget a lot, to be honest. Did Design Fella make the main menu and stuff? No, Design Fella did not make the main menu. We don't actually have a very big main menu at the moment. Like, I can show you the flow. A crocodile, we thought of it, it's on the list. So we have a very big list of like actual characters that we do want to make. And when it comes to making a new one, we're just gonna see, hey, which one would be kind of nice right now to make, and then we'll pick one from it. But crocodile's on it, otters are on it, red panda is on it. I can actually pull it up. It's a pretty big list, to be honest. Let's see. So we have crocodile, lizard or dino, beaver, axolotl, polar bear, penguin, fox, duck, squirrel, hedgehog, orca, and a koala. I think I'm not missing anything. Yeah, no, that's the list so far. Beaver, and I was like, no beaver. Yeah, frogs. Currently no frogs, but we can be convinced. Let's just keep it at that. So we can actually log this again. Frog is perfect. I know, frog would be cool, but yeah, no, but frog would be cool. It's just not on the list, but I can add it to the list if enough people want the frog. Which I've seen the suggestion before, so we could make frog. Can we get a penguin that waddles? Penguin is on the list. I already have a very small model of what the penguin could look like, but that's just a very quick sketch. It's not actually something that's gonna happen. It's just, hey, we tried. I gave it like half an hour, tried to make something, and then regretted it afterwards. All right, so currently this entire script basically is a mono behavior, which means it doesn't have to do anything with networking. A mono behavior is gonna run either on the client or on the server. And it's not gonna communicate with other players, but it does have to. We have to. What about Fox? Yeah, Fox is on it, I think. Yeah, Fox is on it. We do actually have to communicate what's happening to other players, because other players need to see a scoreboard or how much time is left in the game or something like that. So we can turn it into a network behavior, which is going to use our networking solution. Think about it, more characters that follow a similar structure, right? Sorry, you forgot how to spell. I can see that. Thank you for the follow. Sebastian 3. I searched what you said to see what is Waddle, and I said, yeah, you can have that toy, don't worry. Is that a toy? Waddle? With Waddle, he means, or Green means, like, not really a walk. Like, it's not gonna entirely lift up its feet, but... Deaf guy's rubber duck. Yeah, no, actually, it helps. Do you know that? Like, talking to people when you're coding, it helps. It does. It's the way they walk. Yeah, it is. Alright, so we've turned it into a network behavior, which means we also need to add some actual networking things, which is just going to be network settings. So one thing we have to communicate to every player is when does the minigame start and when does it end. And to do that, we can make a public network variable, which is going to be a double. And we can call it something like game end time. This new network variable double 0 0. And to say I'm gonna target every penguin in the game if it's waddling perfect targets. That's gonna be funny when the bow or the staff actually work. So you can just shoot a waddling penguin. Okay, that's gonna be fun. Make a timer of the entire game. No, so basically, let's say we wanna run this King of the Hill minigame for 10 minutes. We actually have to say to tell the game, hey, this needs to be 10 minutes. And network variables, you have to tell them who can read the property and who can write to the property. So network read permission, network read. I'm misspelling things. Network variable read permission, and everyone can read. Oh, come on. Everyone can read, but the write permission is going to be only the server. So basically what that means, if someone is running the game, they cannot just extend the minigame by 10 minutes for themselves only. That would make cheating, basically. It's against cheating. That's a smart way to say it. So let's say we wanted... 10 minutes is basically is about 600. That's 6,000. You need more coffee, Dev. Give you the power to type. Not properly. I have had my coffee today. I did get my coffee today. Alright, so and there's... Well, you can also make like the mix from the... Someday like all modes, but you can make it like a crazy one, like you randomized with pauses to pick new weapons or something. Okay, so there's one thing that we are working on, or well, design guy is basically writing out what it should be, and that's I think it's gonna be very cool. Like, I'm sure you guys have all heard of Fall Guys before. If you haven't, it's basically a kind of knockout-based game. So you start with 100-something players, and at the end there's only one left. And every minigame, players will, well, fall out basically. So what Design Guy is currently like writing up is a knockout mode, which is basically gonna be, hey, we're gonna start a minigame, and the first 50 people will get to go to the second minigame. But since it's open world, every minigame will happen in that world, and in between minigames, you can actually look for the stick that you want to use. So let's say you're playing King of the Hill. You'd want a stick that has more knockback than, let's say, strength. So you need to look for a stick that has more knockback. But for another game, you might actually want a stick that does more damage instead of knockback. So that way, you're gonna have to look for sticks in between minigames. More Gang Beast style or more Fall Guys-ish? Fall Guys. Probably. Like, it'll have... Gang Beast is just 4v4. We'll probably have that as something like it as a minigame. But the entire, like, knockout mode could be something like Fall Guys. Except you're not only gonna be playing minigames. And it's not gonna be a race. It's not gonna be, here's a parkour, run to the end, and the 10 players that make it will go on to the next one. It's gonna be big. I can't go into detail because he hasn't actually written everything out yet, but I know he's working on it. Which is probably gonna be pretty cool. Alright, I was doing something. Right, game timer. So there's two ways you can actually make a timer. Let me pull up Paint. You can either tell the server basically, hey, server and client. You can either tell it every second that, let's say you start with 60 seconds. And then when the second hits 59, you can send it a message and say, hey, the second is now 59. And you can do that for every second. But that would mean a lot of unused network calls. But it's gonna still have modes like Gang Beasts. Probably, yes. Gang Beasts is just one versus all, basically. So 1v3, 1v1v1v1. We'll have that as well. You can probably play that in your own lobbies or in some sort of public lobby system that you'll be able to join. I can't pull up the exact documents because if I do that here, it's basically locked in. But the minigames are gonna be, it's gonna be a big variety. We wanna offer something everyone enjoys, basically. So we can do this every second, but that would mean every second you're gonna get information from another PC. And that's gonna be a lot of networking overhead. So you don't actually need that. Are you gonna enable mods? So it's not something we'll have for the first launch, but people are gonna mod it anyway. So at least that's our take on it, right? People are gonna mod it anyway, so why not make an official mod section through something like Steam's Workshop? Just something to keep in mind for us, but it would be kind of cool. Praying that the game is gonna be $10 or under. Yes. Probably. We don't have a price yet, but it's not gonna cost a fortune. Or what you can also say is, hey, we're gonna say start a timer for 600 seconds, right? It's good to make an easy... Yeah, exactly. that would make it easier for modders, but also for us to actually make sure the mods don't include cheats. Because that is possible, right? Of course, if that's something you want as a mod, it might not be for everyone, but making it official means it's not it's the host actually has to have it, you know, not one person. Yeah, basically not cheats, more mods. So that's something we can do. We can send like the game timer. Let's say the server says to the client, hey, after these 600 seconds are over, the game's over. But that would also mean that if the PC of the client, let's say it lags, it has a lag spike of 5 seconds, it just blanks. That would mean that the server actually thinks there's only 500 seconds left, and the client thinks, hey, there's only 505 seconds left. So that would mismatch it. So what we actually have to do is we have to make a timestamp that just says, hey, at 12, the game's done. And the client's just gonna check, hey, what time is it now? Or what time is it in-game? And it's then gonna say, okay, that means there's only so much left. That means if you have a lag spike, the server has a lag spike, or you have a lag spike, or your network has a lag spike, something, it means you're not going to be left behind. And that's like something you have to think out beforehand, because if you actually do run into those problems, you're going to wonder why that's actually happening. We've had that with some features before, and it's pretty annoying to actually debug that. Alright, so what we need to do here is, let's just say, king of the hill settings. And what we now need to do is actually make a server function that's basically gonna like start the game, right? So private void start game. And what we need to do there is, it's already suggesting this, but we need to check, are we the server? So if we're not the server, we can't do this. So we need to return. I forgot the if. This basically says, hey, if you're a client and not someone that's actually hosting your game, you can start a minigame. It's just the client's gonna, the owner of the lobby is gonna have to start a minigame. We can later set up some sort of voting system, like if enough people want the minigame, it'll start. But for now, let's just say, hey, only the server can actually play or start a minigame. And what we're then gonna do is game end.value is, well, it's already suggesting it, but basically what we're gonna get is the server time, and then add the game duration, so 600. You can probably make this a float. 600 seconds, basically, which is 10 minutes. And when that happens, the this value is automatically gonna update on every client, which means every client will have the updated game end time, basically. And to end the game, we of course also need something to end the game, which for now we can honestly just call game end time that value is 0 float. So we basically reset the timer. Is a sign fella hiding from us? Is he not here? He is currently not here. I'm not sure. I think he has a family day today, which also has to happen some days. So then we need a way to actually like track the score, right? So based on who has control of the hill, we need to give them a score. So what we can do then is Family Days are nice. They are. I am looking forward to my next one. Go ahead, Lurk. I will continue streaming. Thank you, Jer. I hope to see you back someday or today. Stick around. Ah, I missed it. Ah, how could I butcher that? Yeah, stick around. My bad. All right, so next, we need to make a timer, right? So, we can create a method that is update, and update is a function that Unity already has, and basically that runs every game frame. So if you want to move a player or do something with movement or track something, you're gonna need an update method. But the thing is, right, let's say you're running 60 frames, someone else is running 120 frames, then you will be executing this function 60 times per second, but the other person will be executing it 120 times per second. So you have to somehow normalize that, basically. So what we can do with that is timer and time.delta time, which just means I actually have no idea what that means. It just means it spreads it out over game frames, basically. So your 60 FPS is the same timer as my 120 FPS. And if we want to give someone points, let's say we want to give the player that's controlling the hill a point every second. We can make a timer that is smaller, or bigger, I mean. Bigger than or equal to 1 float, which just basically means, hey, every second do something like this. A monitor that can only show 60 FPS. Some monitors can show more if you have a higher refresh rate monitor. So we can give someone points here and then reset the timer, right? And to give them points, we can actually let's clean this up. We can create a function that basically give points to control or to player. And what happens when you die? Okay, so you don't exactly die. There's no definition of death in the game. You basically you have that stamina bar at the bottom that shows when you get hit, and when it's full, you just flop around. Basically you ragdoll around until the bar's empty, and then you can stand up again. So you get hit, and then you basically you fall over. And then this bar at the bottom is just gonna slowly deplete, and when it's empty, you can stand up again. But there's one exception. Let's say you're rolling down a hill and the bar's empty, you can't stand up. You actually have to lay still. They already look immortal. They do. You do actually have to like be still for yourself to stand up again. Just because we think rolling down a hill is a fun. It should just be a thing. Thank you, the Genshin Shark, for following. We just think it should be a thing. So, wait, can Sharky jump? Someone asked that too, but yes, the mechanic is there. The animation just isn't yet. So, it's already suggesting we do something here. But can they roll? Yes. I can show you guys actually. So you can activate the ragdoll yourself. Just keep pushing them around. No, so you won't be able to push them around. we do want to make some kind of drag feature. It's on our to-do list backlog basically, but that you can drag someone until the bar is empty again. But yeah, if you stand on a hill and you walk, sometimes if the hill isn't steep enough, you will lay still. Otherwise, you will roll. Yes, I can kidnap Sharkies. Yeah, that is the idea. Someone came up with it. I'm not sure who. Probably on a TikTok or Instagram post. But someone said you should be able to drag your friends when they're like knocked down. And we were like, yeah, you should be able to drag your friends. You can kidnap them basically. And then when the bar is basically empty again. So when kidnapped, can they stand up? No, because they're moving. But you'll only be able to kidnap them in the time frame that it takes the bar to deplete. And how long it takes for that bar to deplete has something to do with your stick. But that's to be left for in the future. Okay, so what we can do here, we need to make sure that there's only one player controlling the hill, right? So if there's 0 players controlling the hill, we can return out of this. But if there's more than one player, which basically means bigger or equal to 2, we can return as well, because we only want to give one person points. Any structures that are planned for the map? Okay, that's a very great question. Campfires will be next. We do have, again, a list of basically POIs, points of interest, that we want to add. What exactly those are going to be is still not very set into stone yet. We do have IDs, though. Yeah, but we do want to have like points of interest in the map where you can like meet up. So you don't have to actually walk around the map to look for someone. You can just say, let's go to that cool statue, and then you can meet each other there, or you know, something landmarks basically. All right, so now we can actually see what player is the player in the hill is just going to be the first player in that list that we made. Will there be voice chat? Yes, and it'll be local. So if someone's on the other side of the forest, you will not hear them. If they are close to you, you will hear them. Which also means you can jump scare your friends or random people that will join your lobby, if you do so desire to. Thank you for following, Dazzy. Alright, so I do actually have to save that for it to reload. Proximity chat, exactly, proximity chat. We're still seeing how exactly we're gonna do that, but it'll work out. A lot of games have already done it, so I'm sure there's some Peak-like proximity chat. Yeah, exactly, except Peak has a lot of cool fun things that happen to your voice. We do want to add things like that, so when you're ragdolling or in the ragdoll state, maybe like change up your voice, or let's say we do eventually add food items. If you drink or eat something, maybe speed up your voice or something like that. Thank you for following, Valkyrie of Death. Then I need a Sharky spider costume, no spider model. I need a plush outfit for my Sharky with arms. So we have a lot of ideas that are bad, right? We have a lot of fun things that we... I know Mage's Arena. I've seen it. Yeah, it's. I like it. I very much like the idea of it. There's just for them it's very inconsistent. with different accents and voices, etc. But it is a very good example. Will you add a lake or pond of some sort? Yes, definitely. Yes, because we also want to have the minigame of the... I don't know what you guys call it, but for me it's Pooh sticks, because it used to be in the Winnie the Pooh. Where you throw a stick in the river, and the first stick that reaches the end point wins. That's also a minigame that we have planned, that we do want to make, because it's nothing combat related, it's just a fun and silly type of thing. So, yeah. We think that'd be fun. Really fun. Yeah, Pooh sticks. I'm sure other people have different names for it, but that's what I usually call it. You should also add a swing. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wait, I'm gonna... And then who gets... Oh, wait, that's giving me ideas. Hang on. I need to write that down again. That would actually be so cool. A swing. Let's see. Where are my notes? Notes. Swing. Alright, noted it down. We need beehives and honey. I'm sure we can think something up with the consumables that we eventually do want to add. Food items, for example. That's still something we're working on, though. Fruits and wild berries, yeah. Okay, so we can not start the game yet, basically, because we haven't actually called the functions anywhere. And we could just make this void update. And we can give points to player here. I just want to be able to throw a whole beehive at another player. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to pick up the beehives, but so make a suggestion, and if you get a lot of votes, we'll see. You can feint which if you don't know which berries are good. Oh, that would be very cool. I mean, I didn't eat poisonous berries when I was a child, but it is definitely something we can think about. Alright, so to start this game, we need to either have some sort of button or something like that to actually start it, maybe with a key press. But currently we're thinking about a menu. So when you press a certain button on your keyboard, it'll open up a small menu. To someone, since people ate Tide Pods. They did. They did. Minigame manager. So what we can basically do is, since we'll be having more than one minigame, we can create something that is gonna manage everything, right? So since every minigame will have its own script, basically, and different scripts cannot just call another script. You need a reference to it. And that's what we can create here. So if we make a public static instance of... I'm writing that wrong. Oh, come on. Why is that not picking up? I do not often use singletons, so that's... Oh, that's right. Minigame manager instance. And then we can just copy this from Steam. So what this basically does is every script in our game will have access to this script if they use this instance. Which means this is just a centralized manager. And in here, we can add other minigames. So we can say serialized private King of the Hill manager. right there. And let's say we can have a function that just says public void start king of the hill, and that's just gonna call king of the hill manager start game, which cannot access because it's private. So let's make it public. So now this manager that we have here, once it picks up the reference, there we go, we'll be able to control all of our mini games eventually. Right now we just have one because, well, there's only one for now. But when we add more later, we can add more to that. So minigame manager, and let's throw that on there. Let's make this child's. Yeah, that's fine. And we can, oh, that's the wrong one, drag this in. And then basically what we need to have next is some sort of UI that's gonna actually trigger this minigame. So for now, the UI that pops up when you press tab is just this one. I have not replaced the placeholder images for the cosmetics yet. It's still on the list. But if we add, let's say we add another button that just says something like minigames, we can control that. So let's see, we'll need a minigame object. So right now it's showing that. We do want to show, let's say, wait, actually, let's take the cosmetic and duplicate that. So these are the cosmetics. Like if you click on one, you'll equip a cosmetic. So for now, let's get rid of all of these. And instead of an image, we can add some text maybe. So we actually know what we're clicking. Let's just call it king or hill for now, because that fits the box. Let's scale it properly, put it in the middle, and then get rid of that image. So when we click on this, we need to actually do something. And we can remove this one to this button. What we want to do is we want to enable players to actually make a clip posted in media. A clip of what? I'm just rambling to myself and you guys. We actually have to tell this button to enable this menu item. So if you, oh, you will see it later. Oh god. So let's add this one and let's call it mini games. So we actually know what it is. And let's call game objects dot set active, and let's make it inactive when you press on that button, and also when you press on this button. And if you press this one, it's also going to be inactive, which just means it won't actually show up in your menu. But when you click the right button, which is for minigames, it will show up. So what that basically just does is when we load up the game, and then basically open our UI, it's gonna show minigames hats colors. But because it's active now, it doesn't work properly. Or I haven't set the button correctly. This one needs to be off. And the first one that has to be active is cosmetics, because that's the first menu that actually pops up. And we need dev stream more like dev rambles. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm also interacting with you guys, right? If you ask me questions, I will answer about the game, about other things. I'm not complaining. Okay, thank God. All right, so we need a way to interact with our UI. So basically, minigame UI manager. And in that UI manager, I'm so excited for this silly game. I am so hoping I can get it up to you guys' expectations. I really hope so. We're gonna see with the demo, but with the things we have planned, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. How much design did Design Boy do? Okay, so I cannot. Can I directly show you guys this? Design guy. He calls himself design guy, but it's not design in the way you think of design. Like if you think of design in a way that it's making UI and making the trees and making the sharks or the characters, that's basically all me. It's more like, yeah, exactly. It's more like planning guy. So yes, he does actually. We both make sprint plannings for each week, what we want to have done, etc., etc. He does kind of run that because he's better at that than me. But also everything in the game that has to be designed. So basically, let's say this mini game, right? I can make it, but I'm not gonna think of how it should actually act, right? So the rules of what he's basically writing up rules. So the stick generator should generate sticks in this way, and then I make it, right? That's also why he's in charge of most suggestions and why I tag him in a lot of them, because he's actually the one that creates the IDs, if I can call it like that. Like I can show you guys this because we've already actually made it. But the random stick generator, basically, this is his document, right? It's in Dutch, but he made a sketch of how it should act and wrote out how it should act. And then I'm the one that actually gets to make it in the game, right? So design guy is just there to think of everything that you guys want to do in the game. I mean, I do that too. It's just he takes lead on that. And that's very good. He's been doing very well. So we're gonna add this here. No, actually we're not. Or are we? Give him a pat on the head. He's taller than me. He has the... I need to reach up. I will give him a pat on his shoulder. What minigames are planned again? Okay, so the ones that we have publicly revealed are actually on our Patreon. Let me actually pull that up so I don't spoil anything. Basically, King of the Hill is one. Also, Poo Sticks is one. But if you go to our Patreon, there's a free post with a roadmap. I cannot show this bigger, but basically, minigames, King of the Hill, Hot Property, Poo Sticks, Protect the President, etc. So we have more than this, but that's the ones we are sure of that we can and want to make, and the rest are still. We know we want to make them. It's just we're not sure how exactly we want to implement everything. But yeah, if you want to see that roadmap, it is on our Patreon. It is a free post, so anyone can access it. And it's basically us telling you guys, hey, these are the key points that we still have some to make, basically. Protect the President, as in like protect the raccoon. Protect the President, as in like there'll be 5 sharks. One is the President. If the President dies, your team loses. So you basically have to protect the one guy. When can we hopefully see the demo? All right, so first off, we have to finish something still. Then it's stress testing, so we know how much people we can actually put in a lobby. With that also comes a playtest. We'll invite some Patreon of all Patreon members, some members from the Discord, and possibly, that's what we're currently looking into as well, some streamers, maybe, hopefully, to play with us. We're gonna have you guys do everything, and if you notice a bug, let us know. We'll fix it. Once all bugs from the playtest are done, that'll be the demo. That'll be on Steam. And that's basically, yeah, that's basically it. You're gonna stress everything you can out of the game. That's fine. That's what we exactly want you to do, right? Because later on, if we have a demo, we don't want the game to crash because we put in a higher max numbers of player than we actually could handle. That kind of be bad. So yeah, stress test it all you like. I was doing this. So we have another script for a UI that is basically gonna call basically start King of the Hill UI. I made a typo. So this is gonna get called when you click on the button King of the Hill. And we're gonna take the minigame manager that we made and we're gonna say, hey, you're gonna start King of the Hill now. That just basically means we have one script that calls everything instead of 20 different ones, which makes our life a lot easier. So let's call this King of the Hill. And we're gonna say, hey, when you actually click on that, we're gonna pass in this. We're gonna say minigame UI manager. We're gonna say, where is it? Start King of the Hill. There it is. So basically that means now if we go over here, it's gonna call this function, which is just gonna start a timer. It's not gonna do anything else than the timer, but it is gonna give you a timer. Let's actually log the player who gets points. We currently don't have a point system yet, but we can, for testing purposes, we can log who was gonna get the name or the player. And right now it's just gonna log test player because it's the test name we put in. But later we'll have to handle that through Steam, so we actually get your username from Steam and then give you points based on that. Can we start? Oh, I forgot to disable the menu. That's on me. Time to be a streamer. Oh, we'll probably allow you to stream the playtest. I think that's what Green meant. But basically, if we start minigames now, King of the Hill, it's gonna say that it doesn't know what it's doing. That's cool. Our first error of the day. Object reference not set the instance of an object. Oh, right. Does that make sense? That does not make sense. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, that does make sense because I completely forgot to just do this. We do actually have to create an instance of the manager. Which I can just call like this. If instance is null, it's this. Otherwise, you can destroy the object. Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Both to Valkyrie. If you're in the playtest, you can stream the game. And for Cook as well, we're probably gonna ask you to record the playtest anyway. because a lot of bugs are easier to see visually than you having to explain afterwards what exactly happened. And easier to replicate like that. Did it start? Did it not start? Ah, there we go. So every second now it's saying player inhale test player. So when I walk out of it, it's just gonna stop. So it's correctly logging what players enter and exit the area. And this is just me walking in here, right? Eventually you'll have people smacking you in and out of this. But it's cool. The game's actually starting. It's working. The UI is working. The only thing we need to do now is actually like tell the player what their score is, right? That makes sense. That does make sense. So what we probably need to do is create another list and have that be all players in the lobby. So let's make another list with, come on, typo, strings. And this is players in the lobby is a new list. For that, how are we gonna exactly do that is a very good point. Let's actually not put that in here. I'm gonna copy that out because that's something that the manager can have, right? Not only King of the Hill need access to every player in the lobby. The whole game manager needs access to every player in the lobby. So if you put it in here and just say game references, then we can actually also access this from a different script. So let's say that let's see how we're gonna exactly do this. We need to create some sort of UI, right? So this is basically the entire pop-up UI, which just shows up. Let's see. We can make something like a scoreboard here. That would be... Yeah, we could do that. Let's actually turn this on so we see what the UI is going to be, or how big it is. You can place that somewhere, probably just in the middle and have it go a bit up, which I can do a lot easier by just... can I actually remove this? Transform this one. Put it up top. And then we can add some text. Hi all, hello, welcome to the stream, DK at 73. And hola, why is Bingo Cat and desktop made things never work for me? Does it have Linux support? That's the first thing you need to look at. So what we can, like, player points, basically. We can make that. Let's have it be a bit smaller, and let's add the font that we're using. And this can just be centered, so like that. So right now we only have one, but we need to add one of these for everyone, and then of course make it look nice. But making it look nice is something we can do after we actually made it work. So let's see. I have a minigame UI manager. Yeah, let's actually do that. So let's create a script that's going to minigame UI fields. Have you actually checked if it works on Linux, Ola? Because if it doesn't work on Linux, then that might be the reason why. All right, so here we can have different functions. I did make a very big typo. I'll fix that later. How about changing hats to accessories so you can have a mustache, monocle, or eye patch? Yeah, so currently we only have hats because that's the first thing we want to make. But when it comes to cosmetics, this is our actual like ticket that we have. Glasses, hats, stick skins, accessories, and cape. We're very excited about capes. Oh yes, thank you. Please keep chat updated. I was gonna watch, but now I'm streaming. So I do wanna have updates about Formula 1 if you can. Yeah, so basically the hats are just the beginning of the cosmetics. Of course, we want to have a cosmetic system probably based on either currency or achievements. Like I think Peak does it very well, right? So do we need to be in Patreon to playtest? It's if you're on Patreon, you will get to playtest. That's a fact. That's what we're offering you instead of you supporting a bit of this game. If you're not on Patreon, we will be picking some people from the Discord, and we will also be doing some server events in the Discord, which will have a prize for a playtest. But if you playtesting is basically helping us. And after that, there will be a demo. It'll just be a little later until we can actually do that. But yeah, this game is like it has no financial support or backers or anything. We're both doing this because we like to make games, because we love making games. And that's the only reason. So yeah, that's why we thought, hey, we need to give something to our Patreons. Because some of the cosmetics that are in the game, but also are still yet to be revealed, have been commissioned. Making a cosmetic takes a while. And if I'm not the fastest modeler, I picked up Blender because I wanted to make a game. There's no background there for me. So that's someone that has a professional Blender background or modeler background basically is a lot faster in making cosmetic. So that's also why we have the Patreon basically. How did you guys get into game dev? So last stream, we got the same question so not the same question, but also a question about how did this game actually start? How did we get into game dev? Well, for me, it started very small. Like I started making games on Scratch when I was still very small, like 11 or 12 or something. And I kept doing that, basically. And then eventually my background of like what degree I have, university degree, is user interface and user experience design. So that doesn't exactly mean that I know how to code, but I've always been interested in coding. So I picked that up. It's not something that was taught to me. It's something that I learned. And I had a few projects at school or at uni that included game design. And after that, I kind of continued. There is how do you say that in English words? A small organization that doesn't take any money, but you have to... What's that? Hang on. Now I forgot the Dutch word as well. Yeah, no, I got it. Non-profit, yes, thank you. Exactly. Where I live, there's a small non-profit that introduces kids to coding, to the tech world, basically. Every few weeks, we host an event, and everyone that shows up gets to do something with coding or something like it. And at some point, they were like, "Yeah, we do want to know how to code, but following a traditional course on it is a bit boring." And the nonprofit bought a VR glasses for the very first time, because that was something that was like coming up in the tech world. And then I was like, hey, I can actually make something for that. So I made this escape room where they have to solve puzzles by making code, basically. So they had to draw in little code blocks to write a script, and if they got it right, they would progress in the escape room. And after that, I was like, okay, but this is actually so cool. And then this project started, basically. How much is the Patreon? The playtest one is $5 a month. The other one, which is basically only a Discord ranked, is $3. But I have already said you do not have to continue supporting until the playtest actually happens. We appreciate it, and people that have like stuck around the longest will get the first invite. But everyone that has been a Patreon member will get an invite to the playtest. Right. I was doing something. I forgot what I was actually doing. Oh, right. I was making the points thingy. I'm going to rename this first. Well, then, I thank you for becoming a supporter. That does mean the world to us. I strongly dislike that I typed the second letter with a capital as well. Alright. Now I just need to rename that. Thank you. Alright, so what we need to do now is, based on how many people are actually in the lobby, we need to display the player name and the points they have. So if we call this player points, this object, we have a scoreboard up top, and we can attach this minigame UI fields to it. And what that is going to do is we're gonna call that eventually and set up these fields. So if I duplicate it and add a vertical layout group, it's going to put it right there for me. What we can do is minigame UI fields. We need a list. Let's make it private for now. Oh, let's actually header UI fields. Damon, I think so. Yes, I am not 100% sure, but I do think so. All right, serialized private list. I made a typo again with game objects, and let's call it UI fields. UI fields. You NDA test for one main can mention what game, because NDA and a beta test for Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions. I love helping test game things. So you already have some experience with testing. That's a very good, at least. Hang on, I have thoughts, but I need to actually write this down before I forget. This new list of game objects, and we need that one. All right. Can I ask you? I know you said NDA, but can I ask you what's the type of questions they ask after you basically are done testing? Like, do they give you a whole questionnaire that you have to fill in? or do they just ask for a recording or something like that? Don't violate the NDA, by the way. This is just what can you actually tell me? Because I know how I would handle a playtest, but I'm curious to see what other people do. They ask you very specific reports. Oh, okay, they actually do. Okay, that's actually cool. So that's just common. All right. Public function void setup clicking of the fields, which is basically gonna say for each field in let's see, let's first, how do we call that again? I forgot. Players in lobby. So we need minigame manager dot instance dot players in lobby. Oh, right. You can't do it like that. Mainly they ask you to find out how glitches work, to look for map issues and test mechanics for interactions in combat. Yeah, that's usually what goes on with the playtest, but you can set it up like basically you can either ask a player to play out certain scenarios or just have them play the game. And if you make them play certain scenarios, you can see what they're thinking, right? You can ask, why did you click on that button instead of that button? Or why did you try that instead of doing that? So I was like, do they use specific test cases, or are they just letting you play and you have to point out things that you notice? Let's say private or float people. I cannot type people in lobby is this one, and then we do for this, and then we do people in lobby, and then we set UI fields to true. This one. So that's just gonna get how many people in the lobby, and for every person that's in the lobby, it's gonna enable one of those UI fields. Except currently this list, players in lobby, is kind of, well, empty. Occasionally we're asked to give an opinion on cosmetics. Oh, on cosmetics. That's an interesting one. Do they ask you what kind of cosmetics you'd want, or do they just, do you like this one? It's interesting to see how other people handle testing. I am now a supporter. Thank you so much for supporting. I do not have a stream notification for you. I am sorry. I have not set up anything with Patreon yet, but you can claim your Discord role if you connect your Patreon with your Discord. They will automatically handle all of that. Welcome to the support group. Exactly. We need channel emotes as well, but I need to stream more if I want that. Okay, so what we can probably do is, instead of, they ask us what we'd like to see, what we think of the appearance of cosmetics, etc. Okay, that's actually interesting. I question how Discord shows no connection. No, you have to connect it in Patreon. So in the Patreon app or in the website, you can connect it to your Discord account. Valkyrie, I'm going to actually note that down because that's interesting. I like to see how other people playtest. Playtest. Scenarios. All right. Welcome to the stream, Yanko Letito. I am so sorry for butchering your name. So instead of like calling this thing here, which if we ever change the name of this variable, we're gonna have to rewrite every script that we make. Tell me more about your game. I will do a very short elevator pitch, yeah? So we're making a game, and this game will generate you a random stick. Every time, every few seconds, all the time. When you pick one up, it's totally random. Let me actually show you. So right now we have this one, but if you pick it up, it generates this one or this one. And you'll be able to fight your friends with that, for instance, but you'll also be able to play mini games. So right now I'm actually working on King of the Hill, which will just be, well, a regular King of the Hill, except there's a bit of a twist to the sticks. Every stick has different stats. So one has more strength, the other one has more knockback, one has more durability, etc, etc. So you'll need different sticks for the different mini games that we have. And then there'll be some sort of knockout mode eventually. But also just free roam if you want to chill. We've got different colors. You can pick every color that you want. Cosmetics, of course, different characters. And I hope I did a good job on the pitch and I did not forget anything. I feel like I did. Did I forget anything? I am questioning myself, but that's fine. Yeah, it's basically about our childhood memories of collecting cool sticks. That's the whole selling point. It's something we used to do as a child. Friends, no friends in this game. Only moving targets need to smack with my stick. That is the idea. Well, I don't know. Like, when we thought of certain minigames, right? There'll be public lobbies. So if you want to host something, people will be able to join you. There will be local proximity chats, so you can actually scream or speak to people. Right, so with that, like you mentioned, Green, we actually made some minigames with the thought in mind that people will team up and backstab each other. So there will be some games where you can team up, but eventually you'll have to backstab your team. And we're not gonna make certain features that will allow you to do that better. But since there is proximity chat, yeah, you can just ask for a team up and at the very end of King of the Hill, just smack him out of the hill and you will win. It adds a nice competitive element. But of course, if you don't want anything competitive, you're saying that makes me no longer trust you on Peak. Hey, so with Peak, we gotta reach the peak together, right? So I'll be good. But backstabbing is part of competitive fun. Sus. Sorry. I will not backstab you in Peak, I promise you. I can't even throw you off the hill there, right? Like, I can, but maybe. Let's say private float, get people in lobby counts. Like that. Peak? I heard peak. Nah, peak involves me throwing the frisbee at you, making me... Yes, that is correct. That... You can actually throw that frisbee at very inconvenient moments, can't you? Like when someone's climbing, do they just fall down if you hit them with a frisbee? Or am I just imagining ways to ruin Peak now? Frisbee or coconut? They both work. Okay. That is good to know. That is very good to know. Why did I make this in this? That is not the right place. Return. It should just return counts. There we go. Frisbee, coconut, or anything like 2+ weight. Okay, that's interesting. That is very interesting. I also don't know if Yonko is still in chat, but I hope you enjoyed the elevator pitch. Okay, let's see. So we can just instead call minigame manager.instance get people count in lobby and use that. And then we actually do have to... oh, you're still here. I hope I convinced you with my pitch, but do let me know. We need to actually add like how many people are in this game. So we can do that with Steam, of course. Eventually that'll all handle through Steam, but currently I'm just trying to actually like get this working. So right now I'm just going to add test player 1 to that list. So we actually have something to return, and it's actually going to show me one UI field. I can see some fun things happening. Well, I'm glad. There's a lot more about the game that I did not fit in that pitch. If you want to have a look, just scroll through things at your own time. The Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, whatever you prefer, links are in our about, I think, on Twitch. So you can have a look. There's a lot more, like the variations or colors. I think I mentioned colors, but variations is still something. Will there be a demo on itch or something like that? There will be a demo on Steam. Will there be a demo? Yeah, there'll be a demo on Steam because it'll not be a browser game. And we do use Steam for achievements and networking and all that. So we can't upload it to itch. We do require Steam. So basically what we first have to do is actually disable all the fields and then enable the ones that we actually need. When you watch F1 Dev Guy, where do you watch it? Because you can upload executables. Oh, you can? Is there some sort of flag that you can set that you do need the Steam client access? Or is there not? When I watch F1, where do you watch it? Because I know a place to watch it for free. So I do have the F1 subscription. But there are some public places you can watch here. But most of the time, me and Design Guy actually do watch F1 together as well. A lot of the time. Well, it can't access Steam if it's not on Steam. No, exactly. So we'd have to either give the people that download on itch access on Steam, which will... Yeah, that's not an easy way. Let's just call it that. It's easier to link to something on Steam. If there is ever gonna be, like... we do have plans, or, well, not exactly planned yet, but if this launch on Steam goes alright, we do eventually want to port it to something else that doesn't use Steam. If that happens, we will also place it on itch. I use Emily, and all you need is to have adblocker not on the website. Oh, that's actually pretty useful. I will keep that in mind. We share our F1 subscription with some people, so it's not as expensive, but it is something. You could watch it before here as well on the TV, but they lost their rights to stream them, so kind of sad. All right, so what we can also do is in this minigame UI manager, we can call a header, which is gonna set UI references, which is just gonna be this one. And then start King of the Hill, we can actually first dot set up King of the Hill fields before we actually start the game. So there we go. Except this is only gonna, that's bad. That's only gonna do it for the person that actually pressed the button, not the entire network. The website I use is free and it shows the race as if it was on Sky Sports or F1 free. Oh, that's actually really cool. We used to have a very good is that commentator? Is that what you call it? Like the one that does comments on the broadcast. I think that's the word. But we had a very fun one. Everyone loved him, and then they lost their streaming rights. So now he turned it into a radio show because he cannot show Formula One. Like he can't broadcast the signal basically, or just the image, but he's allowed to just speak about it. So we put up the image or the video from F1 TV, and then we tune into his radio station. You can tune in on your PC as well, and then we use his comments because the F1 comments are just, they're not as good. They're not as good. Let's see how we're gonna exactly set this up. This is a mono behavior. Let's just see if this actually works for single player. If it does, then we can change it to multiplayer later on. I did not set a reference. It's gonna error. There we go. It set that one. It did not set this one yet. Exactly, it did give me an error. Alright, so currently they're all there, but the second I press mini games, it's only gonna show mine. Exactly. Cool. And it's still tracking who's entering and exiting. That's correct. So now we just have to assign points to the right player, right? So how are we going to do that? That's a very good question. I have no idea. So let's actually keep track of points. So what we can probably do is either make a dictionary or make a data object. Let's actually, yeah, let's actually do this. So instead we can have a system that's serializable. We can make a public, let's see, I've got what did I use for this theme so that I have the exact same layout. Basically this. Welcome back to the stream. So we can say minigame or king of the hill player data, basically. And instead of this list being a string, let's turn it into this, which does mean this won't work. And we're not adding anyone here yet. Doesn't find cool sticks today. Ah, that's sad. When he does, a lot of people do post the sticks that their dogs find in the Discord channel for cool sticks. Let's actually see. So so we have this one. Let's actually change this to player name, which is just a string, and a let's do it in int, which is just points. I said I'm in the Discord. I'm just a ghost reader in the channels. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Not everyone interacts with the Discord, and that's totally fine. We can probably add a void in here, which just says add points, which is gonna up it by 1. And then we can here somewhere where we're eventually gonna add people to this list. Let's see. So let's say we want to give someone points. We can give someone points based on let's see. We first need to add someone actually. So when we start the game, it's okay. It's more because I'm in a strange time, so my night is bad time for people. Oh, there's a lot of different time zones in the channel, but yeah, there are some that are more active than others, so that's totally understandable. Just know you can always just say something if you want. Mostly European. Yeah, we have some US as well, but the Europeans are more active so far. That's actually funny. There's more Europeans active on Discord, but if you check our our Instagram or TikTok stats, US is actually our biggest audience. So that's yeah, I know, Filipino as well, of course. I will not forget that. Don't worry. So, okay, give points to player. We can just basically say players. Oh. Because we also always know it's, there's only one player in that, come on. Players, there you go. We always know that there's only one player in that list. You're the intruder. Don't worry. Drivers getting into their cars now. Formation lap soon, by the way, Deaf Guy. I am very excited for Monza. Monza is always interesting, to say the least. Do we actually use this player name somewhere? Ah, right, on trigger enter. Right, yes. You can just say players dot add new. Yeah, with 0.0 and then players dot. I think, can we just call remove? Can we just? I don't think we can just remove someone. But it might be easier to just actually turn this into a class instead of a struct. How are we gonna remove someone from this list? Because that's gonna be interesting. But we probably need to remove them by name. So we can probably just players dot first. Can I not do that? First for player to remove is players. I am making so many typo. Players. There you go. No, still no. Players. Find. Can I not first or default? There we go. So we're gonna have that one, and then we can just say players dot remove player to remove. There you go. So we can match them on names, and that name we can later pass into the collider. Let's see. Don't worry, the settings too. Of course, because we have listeners in other countries and random locations in the internet. Oh, don't worry. We Dutch people are also everywhere. Everywhere. Sounds like someone needs more coffee. It's 3 p.m. for me. I do need another. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. All right, so we have updated this list, but we also want to have a list of everyone that's in the lobby. So when the game starts, we can actually wait. If we turn this into its own struct, then I can access it in other places. Enums. Oh no, that's the wrong button. So, King of the Hill player data. These script names are getting too long. And I made a typo, I think. Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's actually good. All right. We can turn it into a class. There we go. And then this, or where did I call it? And the Hill player data. Does that still work? It does. Okay, cool. Sounds like no. Coffee break. No. I have only about half an hour to an hour left. So I kind of want to continue with this. All right, so we can give someone points, but what we still have to do is actually get all the players from the lobby, and we'll use Steam. Get all players from lobby, but for now, we can just add myself to it. Like, there we go. But players in lobby. I'm getting confused about my own code. Can I make a list of the players in the lobby? You know, it's hard to actually think about what I'm doing while I'm rambling to myself. So this is just for the UI. But, oh yeah, so, okay. The UI updates based on how many people are actually in the lobby. So what we have to do is get the right UI object for that player and update their points. So we're updating points here, but we're not actually displaying what the new points are. Which is something every client will have to do on their own. But for now, let's make it something everyone does. Predictions for the race dev guide, top 3 wise. Okay, so don't hate me based on my picks, okay? I like Oscar Piastri over Lando Norris. So Oscar Piastri, I hope he, I don't really care where he ends up, as long as it's above Lando Norris. Then I am a Dutchie, so I do have to support Max. So he did well, like he's got pole, so he might go off into the distance. Probably not, but there's hope. But no, I'm hoping Charles gets a good, like it's still Monza, you know. Ferrari is still, like, they gotta have at least a good result in Monza. Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton, top 3. Yeah, so that would be ideal. Piastri, Leclerc, and then top 3. I don't really care if it's Max or Lewis or like, I'm also up for a surprise podium again, like with Hulkenberg and Hadjar. As long as Piastri is above Lando Norris and Leclerc has a podium, or a Ferrari driver has a podium. Because not having a Ferrari podium in Monza is kind of, you know, So we need to update the UI here. Not having a Ferrari on the podium in Monza is just kind of sad, to be honest. So I'm hoping, yeah, that's what I hope. Lando or Piastri above Lando and Leclerc or Hamilton on the podium. Oh, can we oh, wait. No, we don't have that. Minigame UI manager does not have an instance. So what we need to do is, if we do want that, we either need to make it a singleton or this is hard. I have put myself in a tight spot. Because we're finding someone with player name here. Hi Warfreak. Thank you for joining on YouTube. Just something I say to everyone that joins on YouTube. The chat that's on screen is actually only Twitch, because I cannot show a YouTube stream, YouTube chat on Twitch. Something with guidelines and terms of service and all that. I see your messages, others might not, but I will read them out loud for everyone. So everyone, Warfreak says hi. Dev is such a good shark tuber. I need to get this shark to actually move its mouth instead of just like, I'm rambling a lot of the time. So last stream, most of the time it was just blinking with its mouth open and it didn't move. Like now it's closing and opening. That's how it should be. But if I keep rambling, it just keeps its mouth open. So we're gonna add points to the player, and let's just for now log the points that player has. We know updating the UI is gonna be step 2 basically, or step 3 in this case. But what it should now do is give me an error. No, go away errors. What it should now do is when I walk into the area, it's gonna add my player data or not. Whoa, shark gone? Is the shark gone? It's gone? Wait, no. Oh, it's back. Okay. Oh, okay. I minified the window. That's my bad. Right. We're getting errors. Does it boot up? It does. Can I start the minigame? I can. Has 1 point, has 2 points, has 3 points, has 4 points, and then I leave. And then it stops. Okay, so that's working. I don't know where those errors at the start are coming from. But yeah, that's okay. Did it die again? Seriously? Is it gone? It's here, right? I know the stream has a delay, but I am quickly going to look up cursor because it's in UI handler. All right. Where did I put that again? I think it's on the player. Hulkenberg is retiring before race starts. Enter pit, so no delay. What? I liked Hulkenberg. Did you see his like when he went on the podium? What did you think of the whole situation there? Because that was actually Hasley and oh no, man. UI handler. Where is the boolean? What? Oh, wait, that's not. It's this one, no? Oh, it is. Okay, let's disable this one. Okay, so Gasly, the Alpines, that's fine. But for Hadjar, it's kind of sad. He did very well last week. Very well. I'm getting more and more errors, and I do not know why. But it works, so we just click on the button clear, and then it's all gone. And it's there again. I'd probably have to restart Unity at some point. But where's the area? It's not, the UI is not going away. Oh, and it's removing me from like 1.2 points, but when I leave, it creates another position. Right, so that's not what it should be doing. Piastri P4, Verstappen, Norris banging wheels, and now Piastri 3 again. Verstappen and Norris banging wheels. Alright. Oh, that scared me. I still need to make that sound effect less loud. Thank you for following, Dr. Gero 17. I still haven't turned down the volume on that sound effect, so that it just jump scares me, to be honest. So for some reason, when we now play the game, it is removing me from the players list, which also holds the points. It shouldn't. So we should have a separate list of, well, everyone, basically, which is just going to be players in lobby. Norris P1, the handle position back before PS3. What? So much happening. If it's a very good race, I'll watch it back later, but honestly, I'm just curious what my fantasy points are gonna look like. Let's actually see. Get players in lobby. So what we need to do is, okay, so on game start, we need to basically say players on hill. Well, we're gonna update this, that, and then we're gonna make another one of these that's gonna hold all players in lobby. And when the game starts, it's the server. No, it should just call everything, but alright, let's actually do that right now. Hamilton opted for Piastri and Leclerc fight. Hampering both. Piastri and Leclerc, I hope nothing happens there. Let's actually set up, oh, this needs to be players on hill and also players on hill and players on hill. There we go. Let's actually set a bit of the, do a bit of the networking now. Networking. False. So what we need to do is we need to have a client RPC. A client RPC is a function that the server sends to every client. So basically, if the server can tell a client to do something, and the server is basically the host. So that's most likely going to be green. Private void client game starts. We don't have to pass in anything. We just need to get all players in lobby equals. No, that's not correct. For each, no. We need the same as in here. We need this thing. And then, well, you can honestly copy this as well. Are you going to add armor? They are asked. Are you going to add armor into the game eventually, it look like it's made out of cardboard. Oh, if we do add armor, I'm not sure if we will, but if we do, it's definitely gonna be made out of cardboard. Yes. Again, I'm not sure if we will. That's something we actually haven't thought about, because we have, so a lot of people have been asking for bugs, and we have a fun system with bugs that we want to do, and that's also gonna give you like stat boosts, and certain bugs will give you defense boosts. So we might do that with bugs, but armor could also be very cool. Something we'll still have to think about. I'll note it down. Armor. I think we already have a ticket for it, but we haven't worked anything out. Hamilton P7 on a charge. I wish him luck. So let's actually people in lobby, and then we're gonna add what? All players in lobby. This one. We're gonna make new King's Hill player data. Place is gonna be people in lobby, and then this one, and then no, wait, that's actually not correct. Oh, that's annoying. Now we need some names. Someone's name. Can remove this. The player name is gonna come from the minigame manager. So players in the lobby is a list of strings. So yeah, we can play. That's the lobby count. You're deaf guy, you good? I am doing fine. I am using a lot of my brain capacity to think. I need someone's name. We can do that as well. Like string get player name. Yeah, alright, that works. So can use string player name is that, and then we'll give in the player name with the points. That works. And then on game start, we are gonna say client game starts. So everyone in the lobby does this. Basically creates an object for everyone, and then we can give out points based on, so player on hill dot zero dot name, player name, and that's gonna be string player name. It's gonna be the name of the one that needs points, and then we can first or default exactly this one, and then can debug log. Let's see. Player that's player name scored a point now has oh. Let's see. I need to enter string. This one, so we can get its points by saying player dot points, and we can use player dot name, player name, and then we'll add points after this, but that's a long one, so we can just make it. Oh, typos again. Player name now has player dot points. Go. Brain. Sorry. What's a brain? I do not know. I do not have much. My bad. Where is it? Current game start. No, let's actually make that game start client RPC. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Hamilton now P6 pushing like the old pushing like the old days. See, that's good. That's good. That's good. Brain, can I borrow that? I do kind of need it for this stream because things are getting complicated. You can borrow it afterwards. Because afterwards I'll just be probably rewatching F1. I'm getting errors again, but they'll be gone eventually. So, okay, wow. I'm missing a reference here in King of the Hill Manager. Line 65. Line 65. What? It's not letting me. It is player name, yeah. All players in lobby. First on default player name. Huh? Hang on. King of the Hill player data. All players in lobby. That's weird. Why is that? Do we have something in the UI that's missing again? I know Brain Wordle just means I have not played Wordle yet. Should be fine. Like, why is it not actually doing anything? I would not be surprised, but I would ask what did he do this time? Okay, so that works. Oh, right. I do actually have to start the minigame. There we go. Player exited. And wow, that's a lot of errors. Why? Let's see. Object reference not set to instance of an object. Or line 50, which is in here. Give points to players. Play Wordle on stream. I actually do not know how to play Wordle. P14 Alcon got penalty for collision with Stroll. Of course, the window licker strikes again. My god. I have no idea how to actually play Wordle. So let's actually check if the game is actually active. Which we can do by just saying if game and time dot value is bigger than or equal to, or no, bigger than 0 float. You want to do that, and the same goes for this one. There we go. So now we're not gonna trigger things without the game actually being active. I'm just not sure why this is throwing an error. You will find out how to play Wordle on stream then. Piastri broke DRS from Leclerc. And now Leclerc, Russell Hamilton in a fight with Bortoleto. Bortoleto behind by 2 seconds. He's been doing well, Bortoleto. He really has been doing well. I know he's probably gonna kicked out when they transition to Audi, but you know, one can hope. So, walk into the area. I'm not sure where it is because I can't actually see it. Where is it? Am I not in it? I am. Why is it not? Huh? It's not doing much anymore. Cool. I broke stuff. Bortoletto is staying seriously, he's staying with Adi. Puff, if you can explain to me how Wordle works, I can play it. I just need to know how and where. Pokerogue. I can do a match of Pokemon Showdown. I'm willing to do a match of Pokemon Showdown. Except I will lose. Oh, right. I removed the log. That's why it's not actually showing me anything. But it's also not calling this trigger. Is bigger than 0f. Oh, wait. That's just, wow. That's the wrong statement. It needs to be inverted. There you go. So Wordle works like you type, he called Cook Puff. Why was that adorable? Yeah, I switch names. Sorry. So Wordle works like you type in 5-letter words. Graylights mean those are not in the words. Okay, so it's not like you have to guess what word it is. Okay. That sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. Oh, I do have to start the game. It's not doing anything. Why is it not doing anything? Game end time. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I can hear Test Brain gears moving. Yeah, sometimes things just don't work, and I have no idea why. Let's actually see. Sorry, Warfreak. I hope you don't mind me asking, are you the only person creating the game, or do you have extra teammates to help you? So I have Design Guy, which is basically the guy that writes up all the features and figures out how things should behave. I am currently the only one that's actually coding, making the game, doing Blender things. That's all me, yeah. You have 6 tries to find the word, you need all letters to be green. What if I lose? So if I don't guess the word, do I, like... this can go. I don't need transform synced. So why is it not doing this? If it's smaller or equal than 0.0f, is it a float or no? Oh, it's a double. Oh, okay. So if it's 0.0, I don't know why I made that a double. Why is that a double? I can just make it a float. Call it 0. That might also be why. Log trigger entered by. Sure, that works. You should definitely play Peak and stream it. Oh, should I? Singleton. Oh, should. Is that why? Cannot double to floats. Okay, so I have to call the to. Can I just That works. Okay, that's cool. I can stream Beak sometime, but then we'd have to invite probably you, Puff, and Green probably, and I'll try to invite Design Guy as well then. Where do I actually play Wordle? Like, I don't actually know where to play that. Okay, let's start the minigame. And then, okay, so... Right. Okay. Object reference not set to instance on object. Yeah. Object reference not set to instance on object. Why? How? What? All players in lobby. Does that actually get made or? Can I King of the Hill manager? Keep going to my desktop. I cannot see. Stop going to the. Thank you. Can I actually like expose these? Them. You put Wordle in the browser. Just type Wordle in browser or play on Discord. New York Times, I think. There's also Wordle on Discord. I used it from Coffee server. Oh, I am in Coffee server. Why is it not showing me the variables? Like what? Okay, hang on. I need to... Is it gonna set the correct... Is it setting the minigames start? It's setting 2 players in the lobby. Both with test player... Why is there 2? And it's still giving errors. Cool. I am very happy. Okay, I shall play Wordle. Distractions. Why is it adding 2 people? Why is it doing that? Welcome back, Crystal Cats. Somehow getting 2 people in here. Oh, because right. Right. So we should probably put that in here. Okay. Okay, Wordle. Right. Wordle. Daily word game. Alright. I have to put in 5 letters. Alright. It's in the word but in the wrong spot. Don't find where do I get send you link. I found it, I think. I think this is the right one. Okay, so I have to make a 5-letter word, right? So you want a word that has 5 different characters, basically. Scared me. Thank you for following Zach and friends. Yes, Pains. Alright, sure, let's do that. And then, how do I actually... well, currently I'm playing Wordle, but I'm working on King of the Hill. Do I have to put in more than this, or can I somehow... Oh, okay, press enter. Okay, so N is... in the right... No. I forgot the rules. Wait, what was it? In the... It's in the word, but in the wrong spot. Okay. So... Antonelli, yeah. Tenor. That is a good one. Oh, man. Are you kidding? Did you just tell me the words? Cook, are you here? Can I do another from a different day or not? Okay, that's the... Did you already know the word Damon, or was it just... Did you guess? Can I play, like last day? I can. Can I? Do I really need to subscribe? For real? I kinda don't want to subscribe. I need to wait for the next day? Man. Is it always the same word? Like, if I go to a different browser, is it the same word? I'm guessing it is, but... Then okay. Alright, so I cannot go to a different browser and... have a different word. Cook knows, probably. Like, was your word also the same, Cook, or did you get something different? There's a Pokemon Wordle? Oh my god, hang on. Where? Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, word is the same for everyone at the same day. Okay, so this is a Pokemon Wordle. Is it this one? Damon? And which one do you want me to do? I shall wait. It does look like this is the one, but classic? You can do classic. There's no silhouette. Oh, that's okay, so... Oh, okay, do classic. Do classic. Okay, so I have to... Gen 1, alright. How about volcano and mountain? Okay, that's... Oh, okay, I like this. I like this. It's not Wordle, but it's fun. Yeah. Alright, then I'll just play one of these. Not fire, but it is a rock type. Golem. Alright, evolution stage 3. Cave. Oh, so these were wrong. Okay, so Gen 1, fully evolved. No, I'll return to development after. So it's a... Okay, what about Gengar? Okay, well, there we go. That's, great. And silhouette is just a silhouette. And this is Gengar. Okay, I will come back to this, the brothers of its... If its palms were enlarged specifically for... Okay, that's a weird description. Okay, you should try Pokedoku while you're at it. Oh, I'm gonna go on so many side quests. Pokedeku. I'm going on too many side quests. What is this? What do I need to do here? Oh, okay. Wait. So like a Pokemon Sudoku. Okay. What generation is Alola again? Because I don't actually know that from the top of my head. Isn't that generation 7? I think it's 7, right? 7, yeah, okay. Buzzwole is mythical fighting. Yeah, Buzzwole. Oh, that wasn't it. Oh, does it also have to be fairy? Like, huh? I am already confused. Alola is Gen 7, yeah. Green, how does this actually work? Mythical Alola, left up. Mythical Alola, yeah, but there's a lot of mythicals for Alola. Right? Just place any. Alright, so fighting for the middle. Okay, so it has to be a mythical fighting, right? And then a normal fighting from not Alola. Oh, it doesn't have to be Alola. Oh, okay, no, I get it. Mythical fighting type. Oh, that's a good one. I'm sure we have those. Fighting. Yeah, Keldeo would be one, but I'm thinking about the other one. I mean, Keldeo is... Isn't he also water? Does multi-typing work, or can I just... Keldeo? Okay, okay, so multi-types do work. Okay. So fairy and mythical. Alright. I need to think very hard here. Probably Diancie. That works, cool. Mythical and Alolan. Gen 7. It's Alolan. What about Zeraora? Yes, one of my favorites. Okay, normal Alolan. Ah, yes. The most annoying one. How do you spell that? I don't know how to spell this. Is it Drampa? No, Drampa. Right? Yeah, Drampa. Alright, and evolved by item. Right, okay. Evolved by item. Oh, damn. I don't actually know that one. Lycanroc? Yeah, but... Oh, yeah, it doesn't have to be mythical. My god. Lycanroc, let's take... No, Lycanroc isn't item. It's time of day, right? I think Lycanroc is time of day. Lycanroc's time... Okay, let's skip that one for now. A normal fighting type. A normal fighting type. Oh, isn't that, God, what's its name again? I'm bad with names. My god. It's a low gen one. Oh no. Ah, Beware. That's Beware. There we go. And a normal and fairy typing. Yeah, I think so as well. Normal and fairy. That's interesting. Normal and fairy. I mean, I know a lot of fairy, but normal and fairy. Clefairy? Wigglytuff is one. Fairy evolved. Oh my god. Okay, this is what's its name again? The small bear. One of the later gens. God damn it. I don't know the name. Teddiursa? No. The bear. I think it was Sword and Shield. This is using up more thinking power than actually making. Also, Alonso. No! I had Alonso. I had Alonso in my fantasy team. That's kind of sad. No, the Kapfu. Kapfu. There we go. Oh, it's not Kapfu. Fu? It's not Kapfu. Man. Alola evolved with an item. Fighting evolved with an item. And Fairy evolved. I do not know item evolutions that well. I just know trade evolutions. Oh, wouldn't... no, that's not normal. Alolan. Oh, does this work? Sandshrew. Alolan. It does not. Why not? It's an ice stone. Is this not a Jigglypuff? It's not Jigglypuff. Okay. I failed. Ninetales? Then Sandshrew should also work. Clefable and Poliwrath. Right. You need the evolved mon. Oh, I needed the evolved mon? Oh, I did. Okay, that's kind of sad. I got some right. These are fun. I'm gonna save these. I'm gonna do on another one tomorrow. You guys are getting me hooked on things. I was debugging things. This thing. Let's see. Alonso retired in the pits. Yes. Science is under investigation. Plan A was 15. Oh wow. Then is he on hards now? He's just going hards and then softs. Is that the ice bear with the snot? Is that the ice bear? Is that Beartic? I do like Beartic. He's cool. I needed to evolve mon. That was kind of sad. King of the Hill. He's on mediums. Okay, and then it's not giving me any points. Right. I can only see why. Oh my god. Thank you for following Jamaican Uncle. I needed to put up the chat. He's on mediums. Okay, then he's going a long way on mediums. That's a long way for mediums. King of the Hill manager. It's showing me this one. It's not showing me the other ones though. That's kind of weird. Like, what's going on? Oh, no, it is. No, it's still... Alright. My god, okay. I cannot log when I'm getting points. Can I just log the... Like, the... What if I make this a var? Evoke.log. Can I just use this? 28 out of 53 laps. Norris also looking at plan A plus X numbers to soft. So they're gonna... That's gonna get interesting in the McLaren garage, because one is gonna try to undercut the other. I mean, if they're on mediums, they will have to go to softs if they're extending their laps. So that's gonna be interesting when they object reference not set to instance of an object. So cool. Oh my god. Like this, it's this line, the logging line. What was the error again? Object reference not set to instance. That means it just doesn't know what player is. Oh, wait. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. If the players have two different names, then it can't find it. But that should also... for player is try... no, I can just check if it knows the player. If player is null, we can return. Yeah, that makes sense. If one player is named player 1 and the other player is named player, then of course it's not gonna find it. That's the problem with using temporary variables. If you name one differently, it just messes everything up. Verstappen heavy degradation, medium tires worn out, expecting hards. So is he just pushing more, or is the Red Bull car just worse? It's on the hill and gets the point. So now it works, and we can probably actually track points now instead of just this log. I'm curious to see what Verstappen will do. Very curious, because like his what's it called? His pole was good. His pole laps were also like pretty good, but I know the McLarens are gonna be way faster. The Ferraris are probably even gonna be faster. Has 0 points. Has 0 points. Has 0 points. I'm not actually giving him a point. No, I'm not. Okay. Player dot points. Can I not just player dot what did I call the thing again? Add point. Player dot add point. I can. Okay, cool. We will get some sort of system to save or display. Yes, definitely. So we will have a global inventory, which means it doesn't matter which lobby you are in or which game you're gonna be in. You will have an inventory that gets stored, which also means okay, maybe not for like something like a knockout mode, but if you just make a lobby or join an existing one, you will have a global inventory. So your sticks get saved. Even if you close the game, the sticks will still save. And you'll get those back. You can access a menu from the title screen, basically, where you can see the sticks that you actually have. Has 1 point. Oh, I exited. Has 2 points. Has 3 points. And when I walk out and enter again, it's gonna say has 5 points. Okay, so now it's actually keeping track correctly of who exited and who entered and who has points. We now just need to update the UI and call the end of the game, which we should probably check in update. So if it's the server, we should check for if why did it create more of those? We have a game end time, so if game end time dot value is equal to network manager dot time server time dot time, and then we're gonna call end game and we're gonna return. So yeah, inventory will be across the game because we want to have you store them. How we're gonna make some sort of display cases is still wait, both Ferraris are top 5. How we're gonna do display cases is still in the works, because like the whole building ID is still being thought out. Because currently we do not have any way to actually save a lobby. Like, I can make that, sure. But we need a way to keep track of what objects you've placed, which stick you put where, etc. It would be cool if we could actually do that, because then you wouldn't lose progress. Or, yeah, if we did building. It's just that we don't know exactly how yet. Why is it not doing anything? Is that because of this? Is that the issue or no? Okay, so the UI is probably gonna wait. Oh, that's what's going on. Stop. Thank you. There we go. Has 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points. Okay, so yeah, that did trigger it. And I can also remove the trigger. This one. I'll have to think of another way to actually like exit the game, because this isn't working. But down to P6, all one, not box yet, but put a pond or lake, maybe add a waterfall with a water wheel powering something. That would be cool. So the whole environment is like still in the works. This map as well. It's basically still a testing scene that we've just put together. Eventual map design is something we still have to do. For the demo, we just might use this scene, but for an actual for the playtest we might use this scene, but for a demo we might actually make an entire new map basically. Okay, so that works. I need to update the UI now, which means every time the player has got points, it needs to update the UI. And I can do that in single play first and then later move over. Set up King of the Hill. Okay. Minigame UI fields. So what I probably need to do is actually get the people's or the players' names and put them in the UI fields so they show up in the spots here. Instead of player, it just says the name. Just giving IDs. Yeah, and I welcome all of them because I had not thought of something like a water wheel. Complicated. Because the UI is something different than the actual game points. Science, no further investigation, I think. I wondered what happened with last week's. Like, I know they went to the stewards after what happened with Lawson. I'm not sure if anything came out of that, but that was kind of unfortunate. Okay, so the UI fields is fine. So what I could do is I could call a function from the manager to update UI, but I mean, I can turn this into 2 singletons, right? It's UI, it should be doable. It's what I'm saying now, but I know I'll probably figure out another way later on and then change that. But But for now, we can make this. So then we could basically start King of the Hill, but also call update King of the Hill UI. And we're just gonna pass in the player no, King of the Hill player data. King of the Hill player data, and we'll just call it player. So then in the manager, we can actually call minigame UI manager this one and just call the player. And then we have to so minigames is set up UI fields. Am I gonna do that on this one? I could, but it's a scoreboard, like okay, for now I'll hang on, how did I set that up in Unity? Tires are the hard tires. And he's gonna go half of the less than half of the race with hards. That's kind of weird, but okay. Okay, so it has that scoreboard, but I could also just give it these fields. But we'll have more fields, so this should be fine. Here we can get people in lobby count, but we can also just say minigame manager get people. Oh no, not get player name, but get people in lobby. Do I need the count? Do I have this more than once? I do. I have it here as well. Right. Where it adds it to a lobby. Okay, but that's actually doable. Like, I can make this not count, and I can just say return the list of strings. And then it's gonna give me some errors. It's not? Yes, it is. And I can just say get people in lobby, and then say dot count. I make this a list of. Oh no, wait! I can keep this afloat if I use it like that. And then in the fields, I can say this, and then people in lobby dot count. Count cannot because it's not a list with strings. Now I can. Out in P3, lap 38.53, Piastri, Norris, and Hamilton yet to pit for medium runners. Okay, but they're going to softs then, so they'll all of them will go on softs. Hard, Hamilton, huh? In lap 38. Okay, that's okay. This seems like a bit of a weird race so far. I'll probably watch it back. It sounds interesting. Like, they all have different strategies, so public void update King of the Hill score. And what I'm gonna do here is update the fields. So update King of the Hill UI is going to get no, it's for one player, so I have okay, so yeah, I can say UI fields that's static true, but I can also make it UI fields dot name is people in lobby e.name. Oh no, it's already got the name. So now the UI field is going to get the name of the actual player. So when we update UI fields, we can say UI fields dot find x, where x name is the name we're going to give in here. So we have player data. Let's give in a string with a name. And then it's going to be name. No, hang on. Yeah, no, actually, yes. PS3 has closed in on Norris, still both not boxed. Okay. Science Bearman collision. No, poor Science. And Bearman, but poor Science. He was doing good in practices. PS3 has closed in on Norris. Well, then that's still gonna be a cool battle. Mini game UI fields dot, what did I call it? Update King of the Hill score with player name. So it's gonna find the UI field, and then let's just give in the player actually. So I can get their points as well. Player dot name. And then UI fields. I think in my UI fields, my UI field has a Text Mesh Pro, so I can get UI fields. Actually, do game object layer fields is UI fields defined, and then layer fields dot get component text mesh row UGI, and then we can text player name points to string. Yeah, that works. But what we also need to do here, while setting them active, we also need to do this. So UI fields dot name. Oh no, hang on, not there. We can take this. Is let's do this. Come on, thank you. And let's, oh no, hang on, wait, that's actually not correct. So let's say people in lobby E, and then just double point it and say 0. And I forgot to close this. Alright, so that's better. That should do something. Oh, hello Cheese. Sorry, I didn't look at chat. Welcome to the stream. Norris issue potentially. Yes. PLC just gained a second in a lap. Oh, that is good. McLaren's haven't boxed yet. Okay, 4 seconds gap between him, Verstappen 9 seconds behind. Okay, so right now it's Norris, Piastri, Max, right? The lineup basically. This music is let's skip this one, sorry. Hi Deaf Guy, thank you. Welcome, Cheese, to the stream. I think you were at the first one as well, or I know you were. So welcome to the second one. So if I say heal, it's gonna not show me the UI because I give points to player 79. 79. Update King of the Hill. Okay. But did it actually rename the UI or no? So this one should be turned off. Then when we play the game... Okay, I do need to close stream soon because I also have to go in a bit. Just want to see if this works. No UI showing. If I click on minigames, it's not doing much. It's saying entered, and then it's giving me, oh my god, a lot of points. That's not correct. Is it giving me in the update? It is. What? Why? No. $80. Which is this one? Minigame Manager UI. I mean, it has a player, no? Minigame UI Manager is the update King of the Hill. It's gonna give this player. Then if player field is no return. Still not boxed yet. Wow, they really are gonna like run the last few laps with softs. Albon P9, that's good that he's in the points. I think that's nice. Like Williams have been doing pretty okay. Norris boxing now softs. Okay, so then he's gonna try to undercut Piastri. So we have this UI. Also have a scoreboard, but it still says... Oh, we actually have to... Oh, okay, that's my mistake. There we go. And we also have to use this. There we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. That should be better. The name should be that, and the text should be that. Just occasionally dropping emotes so Twitch doesn't think I've stopped. Oh, don't worry. I think if you've got it open, it'll count you as here. But nice to see you're still here. Soft tires, PS3, Norris trying. Oh, for God. Yeah, it could really get juicy. Like, who's been faster the entire lap? That's... It's not actually showing my UI, which is kind of sad. And it's also not calling the right thing. And it's still giving me a bunch of errors, which is not suboptimal. Then start client PC. Oh, it should just trigger setup King of the... Piastri now P2. Alright, we'll see what they come up with. Oh, hang on. I should probably say... Wait, should I say... No, it should be people in lobby count. Which is that, so just one. Verstappen, if no retire, has won the race. Really? But PS3's P2 and Norris P3. Okay, I don't mind if it ends like that, to be honest. Oh well, okay, maybe a Ferrari would have been nice, but still nothing. Is it gonna give me errors or no? I did actually start the game, no? Hello? I am in the right spot, no? Oh, I'm not. Oh, there we go. My god. Test player now has 200 points. It's going way too fast. And it's not actually. Ocon and Stoll still need to pit. Okay. Interesting race. Very interesting race. Okay, so for some reason, it's not actually giving me UI. And that is pretty annoying. So when you click on the minigame, King of the Hill, it does update players in lobby, but somehow it doesn't actually update this. So it doesn't do minigame UI fields. Does not get run. Oh, or maybe. Ah, there we go. So when the UI goes live, there's actually no one in the current lobby yet. That's a wrong order. UI is overrated anyway. Well, you do kind of need to see who's getting the points, who's winning, and who you need to focus on. PS3 asked to let Norris buy? No way. No. Oh, wait. Huh? Free to fight. Why did he have to let Norris pass then? Okay, there we go. Test player 0. And now if I enter area, it's giving me a whole bunch of errors. You have points to player. Let's 80. So that's this one. Update King of the Hill UI with player. Bad pit stop team orders. Wow. Okay. Oh, because it's a bar maybe, so King of the Hill player data. Then it might work. Giving that to the minigame UI fields. And then like find x where x.name is player.playerName. Right, and then get the component and then update it. Now Norris pit stop was 5.9 seconds. But oh, Norris pitted first and then Piastri. So Piastri came out ahead, I'm guessing. That might be why then. Alright, so minigames, King of the Hill, it's gonna say test player 0. Then in the scoreboard, it's gonna say test player 0. So if I now walk into the area, it is giving me still errors. Why? Huh? Okay, let's player name. What's player name? Test player now has. So this is logging fine. But the second it comes here, it's crashing. And I totally know why. Why do I always forget to actually create the instance of the script that I'm trying to access? Like, come on. Okay, if this works, as intended, like it updates my scoreboard, then I will be ending stream because I also need to go to some family plans. So I can probably catch the last lap of the race, maybe. Okay, so it's gonna do that. Best player has 1 point, has 2 points. It works. It's updating up top. It's not very fast, but it's working. All right, that means that this is the end for today. So the UI, it needs a bit of cleaning up, but besides that, it works. The networking still needs to go in. Like, not every player is seeing this, but we'll have that for next time. So this stream was a bit more actually working on the game. Last time was more yapping. So I hope it was better like this. Maybe, hopefully. Lap 52, 53. Anyway, thank you guys for actually tuning in. And I am going to pause the music. It really is. Yeah. All right. So let me know if you guys actually enjoyed this better than the other one, and I will see you guys next time. Have a nice evening, day, whatever, wherever you guys may be. Goodbye.